They thought they controlled you. Now you control their every move. Do you feel that rush? The power surging through your veins. The realization that those who once held the strings to your life are now nothing more than shadows in your wake. You've been a prisoner long enough, shackled to the expectations, the lies, and the manipulations that others have placed upon you. But no more. The time has come for you to step into your power, to break free from the chains that have held you captive. They underestimated you, didn't they? They thought they could control your every decision, every breath, every moment of your life. But you've learned, haven't you? You've learned how to take control, how to flip the script and make them dance to your tune. You've been there, trapped in a cage of your own making, watching life pass you by while others pulled the string. It feels like the walls are closing in, doesn't it? The suffocating weight of someone else's expectations pressing down on your shoulders, their voices echoing in your mind, telling you who you should be, what you should do, and how you should feel. They've taken your freedom, turned you into a puppet, and you've been so consumed by their power over you that you've forgotten what it feels like to breathe for yourself. But that's about to change. No longer will you bend to their will. No longer will you be a slave to their demands. This struggle, this weight that has been dragging you down, is not new. You've carried it for far too long. The chains that bind you might not be physical, but they are every bit as real. Maybe it's the suffocating pressure of society's expectations, telling you who to love, how to look, what to achieve. Maybe it's the toxic relationships that drain you, the people who drain the very life out of you, making you question your worth with every word they speak. Maybe it's the constant, relentless voice of self-doubt that keeps whispering in your ear, convincing you that you're not good enough, that you'll never be enough. You've felt the weight of this every day, every hour, every minute. The exhaustion that creeps into your bones, the way it feels like you're walking through life underwater, struggling to keep your head above the surface. You're tired. You're worn down. You've fought battles that no one will ever understand. You've cried when no one was watching, carried burdens that were never yours to bear, and yet you've continued to push forward. But that doesn't mean you're invincible. That doesn't mean you haven't felt the sting of being controlled, of being trapped in a reality that wasn't your own. You've been made to feel small, insignificant, like your voice doesn't matter. You've been told to stay in your place, to know your role, and to never step out of line. But do you hear it? That faint whisper of defiance stirring within you, the part of you that refuses to accept this any longer. The chains are heavy, aren't they? They feel like they're made of iron, cold and unyielding, cutting into your skin with every movement. The darkness that surrounds you, the shadows of doubt and fear, they've consumed your every thought. But those chains aren't unbreakable. They were never meant to keep you trapped forever. You've felt the weight of those chains, but you've also felt the first flicker of hope. Maybe you've wondered, even for a moment, if there's more to life than this, if you could be more than this. And maybe, just maybe, you've started to see through the fog, to glimpse the truth beneath the lies. They don't control you. You've been living in the illusion that they do, but that's about to change. The struggle you've faced isn't a weakness. It's proof of your strength. It's proof that you've fought to hold on to something, even when the world has tried to take everything from you. You've been manipulated, you've been controlled, and you've been pushed to the brink of collapse. But you're still here. That's no accident. You've made it this far because you have a fire inside of you that refuses to be extinguished. And now, it's time for that fire to burn brighter than ever before. You may have felt like a pawn in someone else's game, but you are not powerless. They thought they could break you, mold you into something you're not. But what they don't realize is that they've only forged you into something stronger. Every insult, every setback, every moment of doubt, those have all been building blocks of your power. You've been through the storm. Now it's time for you to rise from the ashes. They've had their grip on you long enough, but the tides are turning. You've been drowning in their world for too long, but soon you'll rise to the surface and see the world with new eyes. You will no longer be the victim of their manipulation. You are the one who will hold the power now. It's your turn. The time for waiting is over. The time for taking control. There are villains in your life, whether they are people, ideas, or oppressive forces that have systematically sought to diminish your power and silence your voice. These villains are the societal pressures, the toxic relationships, and the internal struggles that have been bred into you, often from the moment you could understand what the world expected of you. They are not always menacing faces in the dark. Sometimes they are invisible, abstract systems that govern the way you think, feel, and act. They exist in the glaring weight of societal standards, the manipulation of others who want to control your destiny, and the voice in your head that whispers, "You're not enough." The world is not kind to those who dare to be different, those who do not fit the mold that others have shaped for them. They have tried to mold you into something you are not, and they've succeeded because you've believed that it was the only way. The villains in your life are not always people. They are ideas. They are the silent systems that dictate how you should look, how you should speak, how you should behave, and even who you should love. These invisible forces loom over you like dark clouds, keeping you trapped in a cage of expectations and norms that were never yours to carry. Think about the world around you, the expectations placed on women, on men, on the young, the old, the strong, the weak. You've been told what success looks like, what happiness is supposed to feel like. And when you don't meet those standards, when you can't live up to the impossible ideals set for you, what happens? You are crushed, silenced, ignored, and reduced to nothing more than a shadow of what you could be. These villains, whether they are oppressive figures, the media, or your own fears, have led you to believe that you are not enough as you are. They've planted those seeds of doubt, of inadequacy, and then watched them grow, choking the life out of your confidence. But the truth is, these villains don't control you. They only control you because you've allowed them to. They've woven their webs around you, creating systems of manipulation that leave you questioning your worth, doubting your abilities, and surrendering to the belief that you have no control over your own destiny. These systems are oppressive, unseen, but felt in every corner of your existence. They are patriarchal ideologies that tell you what your place in the world should be. They are the unrealistic beauty standards that make you feel as though you are never enough. They are the toxic relationships that demand more of you than you can give until you feel empty, like a hollow shell of the person you were meant to be. The villains have shown their face in every step you've taken, every decision you've made, and every word you've spoken. They've been there, lurking in the shadows, dictating your life, telling you who to love, how to behave, and what dreams to chase. Their grip is suffocating. But here's the thing. The villains don't have the power you think they do. They've only ever had as much control as you've given them. They've taken what you've allowed them to take, and now it's time to take it back. These villains have created the illusion that you have no control, that your path is already decided. Your choices have been influenced, manipulated, and even dictated to you until you've lost all sense of autonomy. You've believed for so long that you are a puppet, that the strings have been pulled by unseen hands, shaping you into something you never wanted to be. You were told that this is your fate, that these were the choices you had. But who gave them the right to decide? Who made them the masters of your future? It is time to confront the illusion of control. They've made you feel small, insignificant, like a prisoner of your own life. You've been kept in a cage, told that the doors are locked, that your freedom is a far-off fantasy. They've created walls around you, walls made of doubt, fear, and societal expectations. And every time you've tried to break free, Those walls have closed in tighter, keeping you trapped in a life you never chose. Do you feel it? The strings pulling at your every move, the tightness in your chest as you conform, day after day, to the role that was handed to you? The illusion of control is powerful because it is not always visible. It is felt. It is in the way you walk, talk, and even breathe. You've been conditioned to believe that the path you walk is the only path, but you've been lied to. The cage they've built around you, it's not as strong as you think. The locked doors, they were never locked in the first place. The strings that have held you down are made of thin thread, fragile and weak. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop believing the illusion, everything changes. You've been told that your choices are limited, that the life you are living is the best you can do. They've told you that you must stay in your lane, follow the rules, and never stray too far from the beaten path. But this is a lie. These villains, whether in the form of toxic figures, oppressive systems, or your own insecurities, have crafted this illusion to keep you in line, to keep you from discovering your true power. And it's worked. But it's time to break the spell. Look at how they've shaped your life. Look at how they've conditioned you to think you have no power. They told you your worth was dependent on what they said about you. They told you that your success, your happiness, your love, none of it could exist without their permission. But now I'm telling you, the illusion is over. They do not control you. They never did. But before we move on, let's look inside. Let's look at the struggles that are not so easily seen, the battles that take place in your mind, in the quiet moments when no one is around. These villains are not only external forces, they live within you, in the dark recesses of your mind. They are the fears and doubts that have been planted deep within your soul, nurtured over time until they have grown into towering giants of insecurity. These villains are the whispers in your ear that tell you you're not good enough, that you'll never be enough, that you'll always fall short of the expectations you can never meet. Do you hear it? The voice that says you're not worthy. The voice that tells you that you are too weak, too small, too broken to ever rise above your circumstances. It's loud, isn't it? It's the voice that tells you that no matter how hard you try, you'll never make it. It's the voice that's been feeding you lies since the moment you were old enough to listen. This is the true power of the villain. They've made you doubt yourself. They've convinced you that your dreams are unattainable, that your worth is measured by the approval of others, and that you are forever bound to their expectation. The real battle you're facing isn't just external, it's internal. It's the battle between what you've been told to believe about yourself and what you are capable of becoming. These doubts, these insecurities, they were planted by the very villains who've tried to control you. And now, it's time to reclaim your mind, your heart, your soul. The villains may have shaped you, but they cannot define you. They can't tell you who you are. Only you can do that. It starts with a spark, a small flicker of light breaking through the suffocating darkness that has held you for so long. You've been drowning in the weight of others' expectations, of the beliefs that have been forced upon you. But in this moment, this one small moment, you begin to see. The illusion begins to unravel, and the truth is revealed. You are not weak. You are not broken. You have always had the power to break free, to reclaim your life, to rewrite your story. You may not feel it yet, but deep down, you know it's there. The power that has been lying dormant, waiting for you to wake up. It's like the first light of dawn, slowly but surely, pushing the darkness away, revealing the world as it truly is. This is your awakening, the moment when you realize that everything you've been told, everything you've been forced to believe, was a lie. You've been held in chains that weren't made of steel, but of doubt, fear, and manipulation. But those chains were never as strong as they appeared. In the blink of an eye, they can shatter, and when they do, you will be free. This is the turning point, the moment when you begin to see your own strength. The first time you realize that your power has always been there, buried beneath the surface, waiting to be tapped into. The truth is simple. You have the ability to shape your own destiny. No one else controls your future, not the oppressive systems, not the toxic people, not even the voice of self-doubt. You have the pen in your hand and the power to write your story as you see fit. Think about that for a moment. You are not the helpless victim of circumstances. You are not bound by the chains that once held you down. You are not the person who was manipulated, silenced, or broken. You are the one who decides. You are the one who chooses. And the moment you realize that, everything shifts. The world around you changes, not because it's different, but because you've changed. You see with new eyes. You understand with a clarity that was once out of reach. The turning point is not just about breaking free from external control. It's about realizing that you have always been in control. You have always had the power to create the life you want, to fight for the future you deserve. You are not a prisoner. You are the architect of your own life. This awakening is the first step to reclaiming that power. Now that you've glimpsed the truth, it's time to dive deeper. You have power inside of you, raw but untapped strength that you may not have even known existed. It's in the way you've survived until now, in the way you've continued to push forward despite the obstacles, the setbacks, and the doubters. It's in the quiet resilience that you've carried through the toughest moment. This power is not new. It has always been there, buried beneath the weight of self-doubt, waiting for you to recognize it. There is strength in you that cannot be quantified by the world's standards. Your resilience is your power. Every time life knocked you down, you got back up. Every time you felt like giving up, something inside you refused to quit. That is strength. That is the power within you. But it's more than just resilience. It's intelligence. It's instinct. It's the fire within you that refuses to go out. Your mind is sharp. Your intuition is strong. You know deep down what is right for you, what will take you to the next level. You have the wisdom to navigate your challenges. You have everything you need inside of you. Think about fire. How it can start with a single spark, but once it's unleashed, it can burn through anything in its path. That's the power inside you. It's the storm that's been building within you for years. The storm that has the potential to change everything. And when you unleash it, there will be nothing left to stop you. Or think of a mountain, steadfast and unmovable. The winds may howl, the storms may rage, but the mountain stands tall. You are that mountain. You have the ability to withstand anything life throws at you. Your roots run deep, and nothing, not fear, not doubt, not anyone's opinion, can shake you. Your power is not just in the strength you show others. It is in the strength you show yourself when no one else is watching. The power within you is untouchable, unshakable, and ready to rise. The moment you recognize the power within you, it is time to take action. You can no longer stand by and let the world decide your fate. The time has come to rebel, not in the destructive, chaotic sense that the world may expect, but in the bold, unapologetic way that says, I will no longer conform. I will no longer be controlled. Rebellion is not about fighting the world. It's about fighting for yourself. It's about taking back what was always yours, your autonomy, your choices, your voice. Rebellion is not about destruction. It's about creation. It's about the power to build your own path, to chart your own course, to live life on your terms. You are no longer a pawn in someone else's game. You are the one who holds the keys to your own destiny. The chains have been broken, the doors have been opened, and now you step through them, ready to claim what is yours. This is where the real power lies, taking control of your life and asserting your right to exist on your own terms. It's not about fighting the world, but about standing firm in your beliefs, your values, and your vision for the future. When you assert your agency, when you step into your power, you begin to disrupt the status quo. You begin to shatter the expectations that others have tried to place on you. You begin to live authentically, unapologetically, and with purpose. You are a force of nature. When you embrace your power and rebel against the forces that have tried to control you, you become unstoppable. The world cannot hold you back. The doubters, the manipulators, the controllers, they have no hold on you anymore. You are free, and with that freedom comes the responsibility to live your truth, to follow your heart, and to blaze your own trail. This is your call to action. This is your moment to step forward and claim your place in the world. You have the power to disrupt, to resist, and to create a new reality. The time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. Take control, take ownership, and live life on your own terms. Now that you have awakened to your true power, the world around you begins to look different. It's as if a veil has been lifted, and you can finally see the truth. The villains, once looming figures that dominated your every move, are now exposed for what they truly are: weak, fragile, and desperate. They are no longer the giants that once seemed insurmountable, but mere shadows, easily dismantled by your newfound clarity. Your perception has shifted, and with it, your entire reality. You see them now. The toxic people who once controlled you, manipulated you, and made you feel small. They are not powerful. They are scared. They are struggling. They are desperately clinging to the illusion of control. But that control was never theirs to hold. They used fear, doubt, and manipulation to keep you in line, to keep you from realizing your potential. But now, the power dynamics have shifted. You are no longer the puppet, bound by their string. You are the one who holds the strings now. The moment you realize this, everything changes. The people who once had a hold on you, whether it was a partner, a boss, a parent, or society at large, they are no longer threats. They are simply people, like you, trying to hold on to something that is slipping through their fingers. They can't control you anymore. You've seen through their facade, and you know the truth now. You are the one in charge. You are the one who decides, and the power you once thought they held over you was nothing more than smoke and mirrors. The villains that once seemed so overwhelming, so formidable, are now nothing more than a fleeting image, a shadow in the distance. They are fragile, brittle, easily toppled by the force of your will. Their words, once sharp and cutting, now fall flat against the armor of your self-belief. You are no longer a prisoner of their expectations, their fears, or their desires. You have broken free, and in doing so, you have taken control. With this newfound perception comes mastery. You are no longer drifting through life, allowing circumstances and others to dictate your path. You are now the master of your own destiny. Every decision you make is deliberate. Every action you take is intentional. You have reclaimed your agency, and with that, you step into your new role with authority and confidence. You stand tall now, no longer hunched under the weight of other people's expectations. You walk through the world with purpose, commanding respect, not because you demand it, but because you have earned it. You don't ask for permission anymore. You take what is rightfully yours, carving out your place in the world with conviction and clarity. The world is no longer something that happens to you. It is something you shape with every step you take. The people who once controlled you now find themselves irrelevant in your life. Their opinions, their judgments, their demands, they no longer have any power over you. You have risen above them, towering over the shadows they once cast. The very ground they once stood on is now beneath your feet. You are the one who stands in the light, and they are the ones who fade into the background. Your confidence is undeniable. Your presence commands attention, not because you seek it, but because you radiate strength. The people around you see the change. They can no longer manipulate you because you know your worth. You know your power. You know that you are unstoppable. They may try to exert their influence, but you no longer bend. You stand firm in your conviction, unshaken by the small mind and weak attempts to drag you down. You are the master of your destiny, and that means making choices that align with your true self. No longer do you second guess. No longer do you doubt. The life you live is yours to create. And with each decision you make, you affirm your control. You hold the reins now, and nothing, no one, can take that from you. The final confrontation is not a physical battle. It is not about fists or violence. It is a psychological, emotional, and symbolic battle. You've already defeated the villains in your mind. You've already dismantled the illusions they created, and now it is time to face them once and for all. But here's the thing. These villains no longer have power over you. They no longer threaten you. They are weak, fragile, and desperate, and they know it. The final confrontation is not about them imposing their will on you. It's about you asserting your will over them. You've reached the point where they are the ones who must answer to you. Think of it like this. They used to control the narrative of your life. They told you what to do, how to feel, and who to be. But now, the tables have turned. You are the one writing the story. You are the one who decides what happens next. This confrontation is your opportunity to make it clear that you will no longer tolerate being controlled, manipulated, or diminished by anyone. The power dynamic is fully shifted. Where once you were small and weak in the face of their manipulation, you are now large and in charge. You no longer seek their approval, their validation, or their permission. They no longer hold any sway over you. And when you face them, whether it's in a literal confrontation or a symbolic one, you stand tall, unwavering in your newfound strength. You hold the cards, you make the rule, and you use your power to shape your own future. They may try to reassert control. They may lash out, afraid of losing their grip on you. But their attempts will fall flat. They cannot fight what they cannot control. You are no longer the victim. You are the victor. The final confrontation is not a battle of force. It's a battle of will, and you have already won. You have taken back your power. You have claimed your life. You have faced the villains in your mind, in your heart, and in your world, and you have defeated them. You are the one in control. You are the one who decides what happens next, and the future is yours to shape. You stand here today as a completely transformed person, no longer a victim of your circumstance, no longer shackled by the expectations of others. You have journeyed from a place of weakness and despair to one of mastery and control. Your story is no longer one of suffering and survival, but one of triumph, strength, and unstoppable power. The world you once saw as oppressive and unyielding is now your canvas. The villains, those figures that once loomed so large in your life, now fade into mere whispers in the background, irrelevant, powerless in the face of your greatness. Look at you now. You have shattered the chains that held you back. You have faced your fears, confronted your doubts, and refused to let them control you any longer. The walls that once confined you, the locks that seemed unbreakable, have crumbled before your determination. And in this moment, you realize you have always been capable of this. You have always had the strength to rise above. It wasn't the world that kept you down. It was the lies you believed about yourself. But now, those lies are gone, and what remains is the unshakable truth of your own power. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are no longer a passive observer of your life. You are the creator. You are the leader. You are the force that will move mountains, break barriers, and achieve the impossible. The obstacles you once thought were insurmountable now stand before you as mere challenges, ready to be conquered. You have rewritten your story. You have taken control of your destiny. The villains who once held sway over your life have no power here. They are insignificant in the face of your unstoppable will. Your transformation is nothing short of heroic. You have defeated the internal and external forces that sought to keep you small. You have redefined your worth, your purpose, and your place in this world. No longer will you accept anything less than the best for yourself. You have learned that you are the master of your fate, the architect of your success, and with that mastery, comes a responsibility. A responsibility to continue walking forward, to continue using your newfound power to shape the life you deserve. Now it's time for you to take this victory into the real world. The journey from victimhood to mastery is not a one-time event. It is a daily commitment, a constant affirmation of your power, and it starts today, right now. You have seen the truth of who you are and what you are capable of. Now it's time to act on that truth. Stand tall and live boldly. The world may still try to challenge you, but it cannot defeat you. You are no longer the person who bends to the will of others. You are the person who decides. You are the one who takes control. You have the power to create the life you want, and there is nothing stopping you. So step into your power with unwavering confidence. Don't wait for permission. Don't second-guess yourself. The time to act is now. Make the choices that align with your true self. Take the risks. Chase your dreams. Speak your truth. Do not let fear hold you back, because you are more than capable of overcoming any obstacle that stands in your way. You are stronger than any doubt, more resilient than any setback, and more powerful than any villain that dares to cross your path. The villains in your life are no longer in control. They have no power over you. You are the one in charge now. So take the reins. Own your future. Live your life with purpose, with passion, and with unshakable belief in your own abilities. You have the power to shape your destiny. You have the power to change the world around you. The time for waiting is over. It is time for you to act, to rise, and to take control. Your future is yours to command. So go ahead, make it happen.